Alright, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning right now, but I have a very important message, and I think this can change almost anybody's life out there. And I want you to see this really clearly. Now, there's a few pieces of the puzzle here that I want to put in this video, so I'm going to break down the points right here so you know what's coming. Number one, anything can happen, anything can change. There's probably a multiverse, guys. There's probably a multiverse. So that means that anything you want to happen is going to happen. It's going to happen an infinity amount of times in every way, shape, and form that you could have ever imagined it to happen. Now, also, there's also a theory that we are shifting throughout the multiverse to every new place and every new possibility is always changing. And so the world that we're in right now can be a different world in the next moment. Now, this actually, you'll see stuff happen like this where like you might get rejected by a girl, or you might not get along with this person. The next thing you know, you're hooking up with this girl, or you're super good friends with this person, right? You never know. Like, things can change one day to the next. People's brain molecules can rearrange, and then all of a sudden they're a different person, you're a different person, and then it just works out. You never know what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to just like let it go, let your mind open. Also, there's a theory that you were literally just born every single moment into a new moment with fake memories implanted. So if you were shifting different infinite realities every moment shifting, you were just implanted with these memories that weren't even really real, and then you just live from there, and you live from there, and you live from there. But then there's always a new reality. So if you just were born right now and in this moment, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Now you have all these memories, but they might not even be real. They might not even be like a real thing that actually happened. You don't know how the universe works. None of us know how the universe works. Now, there's another thing where if you focus on what you want, that's what you get. And all things are simultaneously possible. Plus, there's the polarity, right? The negative and the positive. Well, if you're only ever focusing on positives only, that means that even negatives will become positives, because your perception, the glasses you're looking at through the world, is a positive perception. Everybody, not just you, every single person can look at their life and look at it like it's a hell or a heaven. If I come into your body, or if I come into your brain and your mind and your perception, I'm looking at your life, I bet I can look at it with my understanding of how I'm looking at my life right now and see your life like it's a heaven. And you're looking at it like it's a hell, but I might see it as a heaven. And then if I just drop all of my thoughts and I go into your body, or if you drop all of your thoughts and now you're in my mind, and then you think, oh, this is so amazing now because I remember what I used to live. Well, what if you don't remember what you used to live, and then now it's just you're here? So live life like every moment now you're just here. And what do you got to work with? Look at it like it's a heaven. It's a heaven. And boom, you can just keep shifting and keep changing. Now, this is kind of weird to think about, because in this moment, you feel like you've remembered everything forever, and you've been living moments and moments and moments, but you don't even know if that's how it works. What if you just got implanted in this body, and all those memories make you feel like you've lived all those moments, because that's what memory is. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. You don't know, so live every single moment 100% for the moment. Every moment is just that moment. So if something happened 10 minutes ago, it didn't even happen. Like, understand, like, just live life like how you want, and then look at the positive and look at it positively, and you will only shift into the perfect world. Now, in reality, in general, there's the duality, right? But here's the thing. Our mind is what tells us that this is good and this is bad. And I think this has been brainwashed into us. Listen to this. Listen to this. The Matrix. What if the Matrix brainwashed into us that there was this reality where there was a good and the bad? But I've also heard that before the fall, where man started seeing everything as good and evil in the Garden of Eden, everything was already the way that it was. There actually was already, quote unquote, the dark and the light, but they just saw it as one thing. They didn't see it as duality, good and bad. They didn't see it like that yet. They just saw it as this is all one thing and it's all beautiful. And that, if you can shift yourself to that, then I think we can take our power back completely, because I see myself shifting there, but it doesn't have to be a process. It can just be now. It's done. I see it. It's everything. Everything is the way it's supposed to be, and everything is beautiful and gorgeous, and it all has its positive and its negative side, but they're all the same thing. Like love and hate. You notice how people like can hate you 1 second and then love you the next second, right? You get rejected by a girl, next moment you're sleeping with her, whatever. Love and hate are literally the same thing. It's just different frequencies, hot and cold, different sides of the same coin. It turns night, it turns day, now it's hot, now it's cold. Things are just like, it's the same thing, it's the same existence. Now you're just moving through the slides. If it was a slideshow, you're just moving through the slideshows, and you were like, oh no, but right now it's all that is bad. Oh, no, but everything is everything. There's everything in everything. There's an equal amount of good in every bad, and there's an equal amount of bad in every good. So it's all one thing. If you could just look at it like it's one thing and stop standing in the middle and looking at both sides like they're out of reach of you, and just realize that you can take yourself out of it objectively and look at the whole and say, there it is. There's the picture. It's all one thing. And then from that place, guys, you can literally turn anything around instantly and live the desired reality that you want, and you can shift into that reality, and you will always be in a situation that was the best situation that you could have ever been in, because every situation you'll be looking at it like it's the best situation that it could ever be. And I'll tell you, why does it seem like people say, oh, that bad thing that happened to me was the best thing that could ever happen to me, and when they look back in retrospect? Because it actually was, but now they're just finally looking back and seeing it like that. No. Look in the moment right now and then see everything is perfect and divine. It's all one. It's all is. It just is. And once you have that realization, once you finally have that realization, and you can just do it right now. It's already happening. It's already happening. Once it's there now, then it just is. And now you become enlightened. You understand, like, there's nothing you're trying to escape. There's no heaven you're trying to get to. You don't have to wait till you die to get to heaven. Everybody wants to get to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? Good news is you don't have to, right? That's the key right there. We don't know if we just get born into this moment of we don't know how the universe works, guys. We just know it's like moment, and then we like think that it's time, and we don't know what's going on, right? But every moment is divine, and understand that you are living whatever you want to be living, and it means whatever you want it to mean to you. Now, I have seen many weird stories, which kind of lead me to believe that maybe some of this in there, like, has some merit to it, guys. Like, I know this one guy who, he was very unpopular in school, and then there was this girl who, like, said that he's weird, and, like, blah, 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 blah. She's like, yeah, he's weird, whatever, right? Well, 6 years later, he was a different person, and she didn't even remember who he was anymore, and then they got in a relationship. And then he tried to tell her about, like, how she treated him in high school, and she was just, like, laughing at him, like, yeah, right. She thought he was just joking. She couldn't even see it as a possible reality. So, right there, if there's no way he could have proved that reality he experienced, that in his memory, that happened with that girl, and she's in a different timeline, and she's not even believing him. Well then, guys, how can anybody prove that they aren't experiencing different timelines simultaneously? It doesn't make sense, guys, when he explains that. When I explain that to you about his story, you can't make sense of it, and you can't argue it, and you can't prove it either way, because everybody's perception is the game. And this is why girls, when they live in their emotions, can just change their realities day in and day out, and things can just shift so quickly for girls. Like, it's some next level stuff. Like, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Like, I've seen girls change their emotions so quick on a dime, and it doesn't even make sense, because the emotions weren't even real before, or they're not real now, or they're never real. And then when you realize, oh, what? We live logically and emotionally, which one's real? And then you realize, nah, it's whatever you choose in the reality. It's whatever you choose in the moment. And it's whatever you're supposed to be doing. And just do as you please. Take your power back. Just take your power back. Like, we can all take our power back right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, Like, this is a mind game, guys. This whole world, this whole reality. And you notice the people that find this out, they're like blissed out of their mind. They're like all happy, like 24/7. And you like look at them and you're like wondering, like, wait, is there something I'm missing? Like they're blissed out 24/7. And then you see yourself in your icky behavior sometimes and you're like, wait, am I stuck in a hell? And then you remember back in your memory to a timeline where everything was blissful. You were living bliss in that period. Well, that's all that matters. And then you realize, oh, that's what the news is about. That's why the news always tries to put like a reality in your head, because they want to take away that bliss. But once you realize your true power, you can take it back instantly. That's the thing. You don't have to force things in this reality, guys. It can just be perfect now. Perfect. You see what I'm saying? And some people will resonate with this, and some people will be like, dude, that dude's crazy, right? So that's the thing. But those same people that thought it was crazy now, in 5 years, can be like, yo, what was that one video that guy made that one time? They go back to it and they're like, this makes so much sense, right? You never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen in this reality, because we don't know how reality works. And that's why it's beautiful. And I think that's why we ultimately came here. We came here to experience something that we can't fully understand, but there is like a sequential order of things, so we think. Maybe it's just all an illusion. People say that time might be an illusion, just like physical reality might be an illusion. And so at the end of the day, what only matters is that you take your power back. And you can do that now by just doing it. Don't ask how, just do, right? Don't ask how, just do. And then you can just shift. You don't have to ask how. When you do, the way is shown instantly in the moment. Your certainty, because you act and you do with certainty. You just moved and shifted into a certain reality. And from there, you're in heaven immediately. All right, and on that note, guys, I'm out. Peace.